clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into WTIM, your information station. Time for our first segment of the WTIM morning show. Before we get going, thanks so much to our sponsors of the live stream, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. On the phone line, we have Kelsey Bentledge, a registered dietitian and nutrition educator with the St. Louis Dairy Council. Kelsey, how are you? Thanks for being here.
I'm doing great. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing super well, and I'm doing even better now because right off the heels of a National Dairy Month in June, it's July. It is Ice Cream Month. This is a big month for you guys as well.
Yes, it's my favorite month of the year because who doesn't love to celebrate ice cream? It's so easy to celebrate.
It's got to be one of the easiest. And I remember our conversation from last year. We got into some interesting topics, cottage cheese ice cream. I'm looking forward to learning the new frontier of ice cream in this one here. But let's start with some of the history. Why are we celebrating ice cream in this month of July?
Yeah, so, there's a history behind every month that gets designated nationally. And for Ice Cream Month, it was officially declared by President Ronald Reagan back in 1984. So this year is actually the 40th anniversary of Reagan's proclamation. Thank you, Ronald Reagan. But so we've been celebrating ice cream in July for 4 decades now, which it's just a great time to celebrate because who doesn't love to cool off with a nice scoop or two of ice cream?
Right, of course. The perfect time to be highlighting ice cream, National Ice Cream Month right here in July. So we will not have these conversations without the health benefits and then some of the things that ice cream can provide for us. It's dairy. Let's get into that just a little bit.
Yeah. So when we talk about ice cream, we always, think it's a dessert. It can't possibly be healthy for us, right? But ice cream's number one ingredient is milk. So ice cream is really one of the healthier desserts out there because milk is so nutritious. It contains essential nutrients like calcium, protein, and carbohydrates. But it's also important to always consider calorie content because we are adding sugar and there's quite a bit of fat. So there's quite a bit of calories in a serving of ice cream. So it's just all about serving size. As a dietitian, I say all things fit into a healthy diet as long as we're thinking about moderation. So a half cup or about the size of a tennis ball is a serving size of ice cream. Okay. So kind of just being conscious of that and fitting it into your otherwise healthy diet. And then just consider it as a treat and not necessarily a dairy serving. So when we talk about dairy servings, we're mostly talking about milk, cheese, yogurt, and making sure we get in 3 servings of dairy every day. I just kind of like to think of ice cream as an extra little dairy boost and a treat at the end of the day. So everything fits into a healthy diet in moderation, and ice cream can definitely be part of a balanced diet.
Absolutely. I love the message that you spread there. You don't rule out any foods. You preach moderation there. And like you said, all foods can work into a healthy diet. That's a really great way. And you put a really great visualization in our minds with a tennis ball scoop of ice cream right there. I think we can all picture that pretty well. So thank you for breaking down some of the calorie content there for ice cream there. Jumping back into some of the history there, it looks like ice cream and the industry itself produces quite a few jobs, quite a bit of money.
Yeah, the ice cream industry is huge here in the United States. So it creates about 30,000 jobs and contributes $11.4 billion into our nation's economy. So we can thank ice cream for some economic boost. July Ice Cream Month, but it's enjoyed all year round. And the sales of ice cream, of course, increase during the summer months, but it's part of so many celebrations, whether it's the scoop of ice cream with a birthday cake or an ice cream social. It's just kind of a staple in our American culture. So it's a very important part of our economy, but also a part of our daily lives.
Absolutely. And nearly 30,000 jobs in the ice cream industry there. You got to be thinking about dairy farmers in that 30,000, right?
Yeah, of course, dairy farmers are part of that, but you're also talking about the person at the factory who's making the ice cream mix, and then the person actually at the ice cream shop making the ice cream and scooping the ice cream, transporting the ice cream, truck drivers out there too. So lots and lots of jobs are being created in this industry, which is awesome. We love to hear that.
Absolutely, especially during the summertime, we see a lot of social media things picking up some momentum out there. And ice cream was definitely a big one. People making their own ice cream. I saw it in so many different interesting ways out there. But break down a little bit of the process involved in actually making ice cream. How does it actually get to that end texture that we're all so familiar with?
Yeah, so the basic ingredients included in ice cream are simply milk, cream, sugar, and flavoring. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. But there's a lot of food science involved in making ice cream, and we have the different types of ice cream out there too, like custard and sherbet, and all of these different ways are typically just different amounts of ingredients for one, and then also the way that it's created. So these ingredients are blended together and churned to incorporate air as it's freezing. So that air that's included in ice cream is really important for creating that smooth and creamy texture. And then it's frozen or cooled until it reaches that desired consistency. So some people love that, soft serve, or some people like it the scoop ice cream. So that's just how hard it's frozen, essentially, or how long it's frozen for. And then we're adding all of our flavors in. So whether you're chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or some of the stranger flavors that are out there in the market, that's the next step in making the ice cream. But if you break it down, it's a simple process, but of course there's finesse in every different type of ice cream.
Without a doubt, and I definitely expected there to be a little bit of finesse there. Explain this one, riddle me this one. I've seen people make an ice cream. They throw all the ingredients into some sort of bucket, right? And then they attach it to a car tire. Then they drive the car around, and the tire, of course, spins up all the mix there. Is that same kind of process happening there?
Yeah, I have not actually heard of that. That's new to me. Tim. But yeah, the agitation process is kind of what helps to freeze the ice cream. So keeping it mixing, keeping the air incorporating. For example, we have this on our website as well if anybody's interested in trying. But if you make your own ice cream in a bag at home, you put like a smaller quart-sized bag with all the ingredients inside of a gallon freezer bag with ice and salt, and then just shake it. Yeah. So if you're dragging it behind a cart or just shaking it with your arms, it's just kind of the agitation that's adding air. It's freezing it slowly. That kind of causes it to convert to ice cream.
Yeah, that ice and salt piece right there. Very interesting the way that works chemically. And wow, we have a really cool breakdown there. Let's settle a hot debate right here. Do you have any idea the most popular ice cream flavor out there? I'm sure there's been many arguments about this.
Well, the most popular is definitely vanilla. Okay. And the reason for that is because vanilla is the base for every ice cream that's out there. So whether it's the Oreo Blizzard or cookie dough ice cream, all of that has vanilla as the base for the ice cream. So by far, vanilla is the most popular, whether you believe it or you believe it or not. It is the most popular, followed by chocolate, but there's so many interesting flavors out there anymore.
All righty, vanilla winning by default right there, but I love it. Yeah, you mixed in some really great options right there. Butter pecan, strawberry, and there's just so many ways you can go. I've seen some pretty creative ones. I'm surprised I didn't hear cicada ice cream when the cicada invasion was happening. People were working that into their recipes. I couldn't quite wrap my head around that. Did you hear anything about the cicada recipes?
I did not.
Oh
that's I don't think I can wrap my head around that one either, but I've heard, some other interesting flavors this year, like dill pickle ice cream, bacon ice cream. People are getting wild with their ice cream flavors, but that's the great thing about ice cream. There's a flavor for everyone out there.
You got some freedom to mix in some things if you want to. Kelsey, wrapping up our first segment here, we always think cones and cups for ice cream right now. You have some really great examples of other ways we can be creative with serving out ice cream. Can you describe a couple of those?
Yeah, there are so many ways that you can eat ice cream. Ice cream sandwiches are, of course, a classic treat. I know I always had a summer birthday, so ice cream cake was the default for all of my birthday parties. Ice cream cake's a really good option, super delicious. Ice cream floats, mixing it with some sort of nostalgic beverage of choice, whether it's root beer float or I've seen a lot of people doing orange soda floats. Ice cream tacos, that's a new one for me, where you actually take the waffle and make it into like the taco outside the shell of the taco. Great. It's delicious. Ice cream truffles, ice cream popsicles. The sky's really the limit when it comes to ice cream. There's so many unique varieties and flavors out there now, and apparently even including cicada ice cream.
Yeah, don't take my word for that one, but if you wanted to try it out there, I'm sure a little extra protein in there for you. This is a really great list of beyond traditional ways you can serve ice cream out there. Is this online anywhere people can find?
Of course, we have all of this information on our website at sdailycouncil.org. We post it in our What's New section, so feel free to go check it out there, or check out our recipe section for a new ice cream treat idea.
Perfect. It's time for us to take our quick break here, but we've been speaking with Kelsey Bentledge, a registered dietitian and nutrition educator with the St. Louis Dairy Council. We'll be right back here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM. Radio gets results.
Miller Media Group Advertising works for Taylorville Estates. Here's Administrator Tony Clark.
In the past year, we have doubled our census. So that's been impacted mainly by the radio advertising. That is where we do the majority of our advertising. And our census definitely shows that it works. They lead us in the right direction for the season changing, and they anticipate our upcoming needs before we even have to tell them what they are. We've had consistent growth over the past 12 months. Like I said, we've doubled in our census, and that's been the first time in 43 months since prior to COVID that we've gotten to where now we have a waiting list for people to come. So advertising on the radio really does have an impact.
Find out all the great things happening in the Pana area on the WTIM Pana Morning Show, Tuesdays from 8:40 till 10. You'll hear interviews with Pana area community, nonprofit, and business leaders each week. The WTIM Pana Morning Show is brought to you by these sponsors.
Our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Your Pana Save-A-Lot, Whiskey Bill's Saloon and Liquor Emporium, and Locked and Loaded Limited.
Transform your backyard oasis with Southern Ledge Pools and Patios in Taylorville. For limited time only, enjoy 20% off all remaining outdoor patio furniture. Upgrade your outdoor living space and create memories that last a lifetime. Enjoy your summer sips in style. All in-stock roommates are now just 25% off. Swing by the store and check out these hot summer specials before they're gone. Shop in-store and online. Southern Ledge Pools and Patios, 306 East Main Cross in Taylorville. Your outdoor fun creator. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living is where they encourage independence and enrich lives. Have your own apartment and enjoy 3 home-cooked meals a day. Socialize with friends and ride the bus to many local activities. Residents are treated like family at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Find out vacancies and get on the waiting list by contacting Administrator Tony Clark. You can stop by or call 824-2222. That's 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
Sign up for People's Bank and Trust Save by Spending Roundup program, and they'll round up your purchases to the next dollar, then transfer that change to your savings account. It's as easy as shop, enjoy, and save. Get details by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into WTIM, your information station, right in the midst of our first segment of the WTIM Morning Show, talking all about National Ice Cream Month with Kelsey Bentledge, a registered dietitian and nutrition educator with the St. Louis Dairy Council. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We have Kelsey on the phone. We're going to move this conversation over into some healthier alternatives to traditional ice cream, because it wouldn't be a conversation with the St. Louis Dairy Council without working in some healthy tips here. Kelsey, what do you got for us?
Yes. So ice cream, like I said, is a treat, and we can always fit even traditional ice cream into a healthy diet.
Yeah.
But there are the ice cream industry is so huge now that they have so many options out there on the market. So whether you need like a low-fat diet, or maybe you're diabetic, need sugar-free or light on the sugar ice cream, that is always in the dairy case. So look for options maybe labeled as low-fat or reduced fat if you're looking for a low-fat diet. Sugar-free or light ice cream varieties are formulated to have fewer calories, less sugar, they often use alternative sweeteners to provide that sweetness without all the added calories and sugar. Also, they sell now single serving portions, so that really helps a little bit to make sure that you're not overindulging. Maybe your scoop is just might be 2 scoops depending on the way that you scoop it. So that kind of helps out too, making sure that you're sticking with the serving size. Or you can try out maybe frozen yogurt as well, which is going to be a little bit higher in protein, lighter in calories, just a little bit healthier option. Or you can always try making your own homemade ice cream and make it with just milk instead of cream with the extra fat. And you can sweeten it with fruit, frozen bananas, things like that to lower on the sugar content. So there's a lot of options out there with eating healthy with ice cream. But like I said, regular ice cream fits into a healthy diet. We just have to be conscious of how much we're having it and maybe how often we're having it too.
Totally. Those are really, really great options and alternatives right there. You brought up some single serving portions. Those are always really great. But I've found that you have to be careful with the things like the Ben and Jerry's, because it looks like, oh my gosh, that's a single serving thing. And then you finish it and you realize it was 1,200 calories. Is that something you've seen with these smaller cups that appear to be single serving?
Yeah, and some of the smaller cups, you like you said, you have to look out for it because it might look like a single serving, but in reality, it's probably more than a serving. That tennis ball is a serving size, like I talked about, half of a cup. And some of those smaller containers can still be 2 or 3 servings. So just kind of being conscious of that. And keeping an eye out for it. But they do make like a lot of like little bars that are a serving size and things like that. The novelty ice creams that are individually packaged that are actually a serving size. So just kind of keeping an eye out for that because those calories can sneak up on you for sure.
Absolutely there. And then ways to kind of avoid that, you can really have control of it if we're making ice cream at home. You kind of mentioned homemade ice cream a little bit ago. What more do you have for us there? Is it possible? Can we do it?
Of course. Yeah. Well, you mentioned one way you can drag it behind your car with the agitation. But if you're wanting a little bit more low-key way of making ice cream, you could have, the ice cream churn. Some people have those at their homes. So that the trick is adding a little bit of salt to the ice that makes it even colder so that it can freeze a little bit quicker. So you can do it that way, or you can do it without an ice cream maker too. Wow. So the way that you do this, and we do have an infographic on it on our website, but I mentioned it before, you put like a quart-sized bag and you add the cream, sugar, vanilla, or chocolate, whatever kind of ice cream you're wanting to make, into the quart bag and seal that tight, and then add it into a gallon bag, which has the ice and the salt, and then take a towel, because it's going to be very cold, around that gallon bag and just shake and shake and shake until it turns into ice cream. And that makes a really, really good soft serve ice cream that you can make at home. It's also a really fun activity to do in the summertime with the kids when they're home from summer break, just to keep them busy. It's also a good physical activity for them as well. So, but it's very rewarding because you get ice cream at the end.
Wow, yeah, that's a really easy one, and like you said, it's fun for the kids. It's easy to do, probably low mess problems right there, and you're just shaking it with your hands right there. That is really awesome, and you can still get that creamy texture just by doing it. You got to add that ice and the salt though. That's the key.
That is the key, yes, and of course all of the dairy ingredients that have all that great nutrition that you're getting your kids, and then you can't forget the sugar and the flavorings as well. So to make it taste delicious.
Kelsey, we are in our last minute now. Any final words for our listeners out there? One more topic you'd like to cover?
Yeah, so we have a brand new recipe on our website that includes ice cream. So make sure to check that out. That is on our website at stldairycouncil.org. We also posted it on our social media, which the handles for that on Facebook and Instagram is at STL Dairy Council. And like I said, check out that ice cream in a bag recipe. The infographic is on our website under our resources tab. So if you're wanting something fun to do with the kids or the family this summer, check that out. And I just really hope everyone enjoys Ice Cream Month, because what a great time to celebrate, right?
Oh my gosh, perfect time to celebrate here. And Kelsey, thank you for laying out the background of Ice Cream Month and giving us some great ideas moving with the summer.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Kelsey Bentledge, registered dietitian and nutrition educator with the St. Louis Dairy Council, right here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Now, Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
To an 18-hole golf match right here. Under